Organic. That's me. Okay. You ready? All right. So I'm going to be reading from this book, Kingdom of Gravity. I have about 4 poems for you. They're short. Don't worry. But they're not happy, except the last one. Is that okay? All right. Nigeria, you here? No, that don't sound like Nigeria, man. That's that sound. Are you here, Nigeria? Okay, they're here now. Bless you. All right, here we go. How a city vanishes. Sir, it's good to meet you again. How a city vanishes. All it takes is 2 men on a bike, a convoy in their rearview mirror, some land, the shortage of visas, the closing of embassies, a night lowering its curtain of curfew to turn a dirt highway into a makeshift airstrip. Out come the men in uniform, following the flare of a flashlight towards life lurking in the long grass. White soldiers with foreign words that taste too much like caution, huddled around a wireless, waiting for orders, keeping their voices down. Out come the men in uniform. A volunteer, tourist, and man come with things in their hands, said they were on safaris, hence the cameras. Tonight, they will make the weekend edition of The People. Tomorrow, our country, or some version of it, will be as familiar as the dark side of the moon. All right, so some of you came to the workshop. I gave you some postcards. The poem on the back was called King of Myth. I'm going to read that to you now. Back when you were taken from our lives like the Son of God ascending into heaven to another life, policemen on their motorbikes named you King of Myth. You danced to toss grenades, all part of the charade in this fire ritual. In a restless air, we surrendered our weapons, axe heads, shanks, short rope, blades, some poison with all its animal understanding, now fair game to the enemy with our world in their scope. They came down hills, phantoms from a fallen sky with years of practice at soft landings onto rooftops in darkness like a spirit slipping into skin. The violence of their guns kept our voices from escaping. A disturbance in the trees can easily be mistaken for wind. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me, as the radio sings. All right, so for this poem, what I want you to do, this is kind of hard. I want you to close your eyes. So if you can still see me, your eyes are open. But sir, you can do what you like. It's your world, yeah? But everyone else, close your eyes. This is called the dark. You will try to make sense of the terrain, its limits on reality, the secondary sounds, the crickets speaking pure rhetoric. What is the year? No matter. Stripped of remembrance, isn't the darkness a grave? An axis by which all are measured? The final mountain? Blessed are the dead, whose bodies are buried in the bosom of the earth. Blessed are those who no longer taste fury, who when brought to silence make dust their paper. In these hours of damp, the sky will witness bombs hollow out our city. Be vigilant. Choose your execution as well. Do not talk of wills. Bless the pavements that will become your burial grounds. For what can we give except our bodies? Those who were your children will make homes in doorways. Our patriarchs have been ripped off the walls. It is not the dark, but what it leaves behind. A servant girl on her knees gives testimony that our king has been added to our days dead. Lose respect, lose ceremony, lose duty, lose circumstantial evidence, lose the code. My father should not have died today. Lose those who break it, cowards who confess on scratchy radio broadcasts, field generals and their informers. Lose epitaphs. I have my father's eyes and ratchet smile. Mirrors betray me. What has anchored me has drifted to the boundary. He should have died at war. Close combat, a knee to the chest, an instep to the shoulder, or his crown caught in the sight of a simple rebel's eye as the world draws close, not caught off guard in a drunken brawl over his wife, because this is not how the loss of light should come to the world. Thank you. All right, so last poem. Thank you very much for having me. Efe, you're a brother in arms. Sheon, you know you've been looking after me. You know how the jollof goes. I want to be caning that tonight. Yeah? Yeah, just Lagos, I love you, man. You guys are good. It's good to be in a black space, black face, black race. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. All right, so Kingdom of Gravity. We are not Alexander, who conquered worlds, giving them new tongues. But we share a story of a ship resting on an African river, unbuckling at its shore, awakened by a night's cold, hard rain, staring at the face of the Nile as it reminds you, you are a hawk, silencing the voice of a midnight universe. Now, what makes a man name a city after himself? Asking bricks to be bones, asking the wind to breathe like the lungs of a night, asking the night to come close to you, to speak to you as a tribe, asking the tribe to sleep, asking sleep to loosen language, asking language to dream. Come close to me. Can you not see that I'm in search of fire? The unshapen song of light? In my mouth, a flame. Spoken to me by the oracles. Like others, I was in search of a forest, a place to call home. But what can I tell you about the kingdom? About having the world at your feet? I mean, when you have seen all of Earth's boundaries, you will crave for them in mirrors. You will search for them in streams. And when the river looks back at you, how can you be sure that nothing is lost? Thank you.